Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel and I make lifestyle videos here on YouTube. If you're not familiar with my channel, my husband and I have been trying to conceive for almost 2 years now, and one of the things that I have been very open and honest about is our TTC and infertility journey. And so one of the things that I shared with you all maybe a month or more ago was the Ava bracelet. So Ava sent me this bracelet and I have been trying it out for a little over a month, I would say now. Initially I kind of told you all what this bracelet was, a little bit about it, and the benefits of using this bracelet. And so now, like I promised you all, I wanted to kind of give you all an update on my thoughts, some of the things I learned, and yeah, just kind of give you a little update about the bracelet. I mentioned a little bit before in the previous video, and you really need to go watch the previous video because I'm not going to go in depth about what the product is. I'm just going to talk a little bit about my experience with the product. So briefly, I will say that this bracelet tracks 9 different parameters, basically to predict your 5 fertile window days. So I have now tracked over a month with this bracelet, and so I feel like it's definitely getting a good idea about my cycle. One thing that I learned, I for the longest time thought that I was ovulating closer to the end of my cycle, not in the normal time frame that you typically ovulate, just because of, you know, like the discharge and different things that kind of tell you when you're ovulating. Now this bracelet still says that I am ovulating more normally than what I was thinking I was ovulating. So that is definitely something that I have learned, and it definitely opened my eyes, and I thought, okay, well maybe I was thinking I was ovulating a little bit later. So we'll see as I continue to wear this if the ovulation period is a little bit later or earlier. Right now it's pretty normal. It might be slightly late, but not as late as I thought it was. So that is the difference. And if you're wondering why I thought it was a little bit later, it was because I was doing like the little strips that predict your ovulation or whatever. And I mentioned in my last video that those strips become annoying because you have to do it every day and sometimes you forget, or I don't know, you just have to make more time for it. And I will say that the bracelet is a lot easier to remember to do, and it's just a little bit more simpler than having to pee in a cup and then take your test and making sure you have those little ovulation tests, because it's easy to quickly run out of those. So I will say that this is a lot easier, and I am more apt to make sure that I am putting my bracelet on and tracking the data as opposed to using the ovulation strips. I will say the only thing that I have kind of not been the greatest at with this bracelet is just making sure that it's charged. So there's been a few nights where I've gotten home late and I am exhausted and I'm going to bed and I'm getting ready to put my bracelet on and I have forgotten to charge it. So that's just one thing you have to be aware of if you get this bracelet, is you just need to make sure that you're keeping it charged and that you're uploading or syncing the data from the bracelet to your phone regularly. That's another thing. A couple nights I had forgotten to upload or sync the bracelet with my phone, the app that you use to use this bracelet, and I had forgotten to sync them, and I did it later that evening, but I'm not really sure if you're supposed to do it like that. I'm just afraid I will lose the data by the time, or it'll go dead before I sync the data. So another thing that I learned was that I am one stressed out person. On the little chart that you can look at in the app, it definitely shows that my stress levels go like this, like an emotional roller coaster. And so I don't know for sure, but I kind of think it's probably related to infertility. We're looking to buy a new house, and you know, there's just a lot of stresses that go into both of those things. And I think it's kind of interesting because in one of my previous videos I talked a lot about the roller coaster of trying to conceive, and I really feel like the stress levels accurately depict this like stress level of feeling okay and then going up and then down and then up and then down. And that's definitely how it charted that first month, was my stress levels were just like this. So I definitely think it's really interesting and cool that this bracelet can actually track that your stress level, because I mean, you can probably feel that you're stressed, but it just proves that you're stressed and you need to find ways to, you know, take care of that. Another thing I kind of mentioned in the video before, after only using it a few days, I noticed that my sleep wasn't the best. After tracking it for about a month, I do have periods where my sleep, some nights my sleep is not in the percentage that is good, and other nights it is. So I kind of think that that's related to stress as well. It just kind of goes like this, and you know, it's hard to sleep without, you know, when you're stressed. And so it was definitely interesting to learn that about my health and my body. And so I think, other than being able to predict your most fertile window, for people who are not trying to conceive, this is something that can tell you a little bit more about your health, whether it's your sleeping patterns, your stress levels. It's just interesting. And so I do think that if you are trying to conceive, that this could be a product that helps you predict that window. I know that this product is an investment, but at the end of the day, if you are able to conceive and you get to bring a child into the world, I really think that a $200 and some investment is not that bad for that. So I know that this product is not the cheapest product. It's obviously more expensive than the strips, but it's something that you don't have to repurchase after you purchase it one time. So even though it's about $200 and some, they did send me a discount code if you are interested in purchasing this product. My discount code this time is just RR, so capital RR. And if you're interested in getting your own bracelet, I highly recommend it if you are really interested in tracking your cycle, trying to conceive, and you haven't been able to conceive for a while. I definitely think that this is something that might help you. It definitely makes tracking your cycle and understanding your body a lot easier. I hope that you all enjoy getting a little bit of an update from me about this product. Thank you all so much for supporting my journey and supporting this channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and check back for more videos. And yeah, I will catch you all in my next video. Bye guys.